Alright, so what's going on, everyone? Today we're going to do a video for Rocketlab. You guys can see that the market definitely went against what we anticipated to do. Not too much, because when we did our price prediction on the 30th of June, we were looking for the market to go down, and it did. But it caught a place to where we kind of expected there to be a lot more buyers than there would be sellers. And from that point, the price did go up. So we'll go ahead and break down to what we think the market and Rocketlab is going to do going forward. But before I do, as always, hey, if you appreciate the content I'm dropping on this platform, make sure you guys keep it locked right here. Hit that like, share, and subscribe for more of my predictions. Now, let's talk about it. What do you guys think? Is Rocketlab still a buy? Do you think it's still going to go up? If you think so, cool. Because just like you have a position of where you think price is headed, there's also people on the opposite end of that who think that price in Rocketlab is going to go down. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's look at what we talked about on our last video in Rocketlab, because when we did our price prediction, we anticipated the market to go down. So we're going to switch this thing down to a 1 hour chart, and we're going to zoom out and try to zoom back in to where the market caught the buyers, right? So we had this area marked as where we suspected the buyers to be. Okay. Now price did go through that pocket of buying, but it caught wind relatively soon right here. Okay, this was the bottom. This is where those buyers came in and said, man, shoot, let me grab as much of this stock as possible because I can't afford to let Rocketlab fall any lower. That's why it bounced twice. So whoever this person was, company, individual, hedge fund, whatever, whoever came through and bought Rocketlab right there on that bar, they did it again here. And that's been the low since then. Price has gone up ever since then. Look at that. Hasn't gone no lower. So if you'd have bought on those two occasions, you're up. You're up pretty big right now. So we knew that that was an area to keep an eye open for Rocketlab. This is what it looks like on the 330. Okay. So if we were to break this down like back on that 1 hour chart, maybe on the 90 minute, look it down to 90 to see precisely where did those, you still can't even see on the 90 minute. So I wanted to break down this bar right here to see where those buyers actually came through. Let's look at this on the 15 and see. Still can't see it on the 15 minute. Let's see if we get on the 5. Yep, you kind of can see it right here on the 5 minute chart. We had to break it down all the way to the 5 minutes to see where those buyers were. Right there. Okay, so when you look at that, check this out. We're going to zoom over to the right, and we're going to see, is that where the market actually caught the bottom? Bam, right there. Crazy. Let's get rid of that, and you guys can see a little bit better. Look at that. Right at 8:30, the market in Rocketlab came and hit that pocket of buying. This was created. Let's go all the way back to see when was this created. On June 26th, when the market first opened. Somebody else came and bought on July 2nd. The same opportunity, the same moment, at the same price. They bought again at the very bottom. Isn't that crazy? How these people knew from June 26th all the way to July 2nd. So whoever was the people, person, entity, company, institution, whatever, whoever did that on the 26th of June that caused this massive spike up in Rocketlab, they knew again right there. And they ran the market up there. Because like I told you in the beginning of the video, that's the bottom. That's the low right here. You can't tell me that somebody didn't know that this is the bottom, because somebody did. All right, so that's it for that. Let's go ahead and talk about what the price action in Rocketlab is doing now. So we're going to head back and we're going to first mark a couple of areas that we can tell sellers are. And here's it right there. This is the area that we think there's going to be more sellers than buyers. Simply meaning, as price approaches this area, we expect selling to increase, i.e. impact the price, begin to see some weakness and some selling to the downside. This area right here is a area of buying. Okay, so let's create that. And let's take a look at this on the 5 hour real quick. Yeah, it's pretty good right there. Actually, we might could change that to this area of buying. Okay, let's get rid of this sell pocket here. And we're going to transition that pocket and turn it into, you got it, a buy pocket. There's one right here too, but it's so close to the one we just created, so I'm not going to bring one on at that point. Now, this is the 5 hour time frame. You can see even here, it's a pocket of selling there now. Okay, so we're just marking territory. That's all we're doing. We're trying to figure out who's who, where they're located, so that we can anticipate type of reactions as price runs through these numbers. Okay. Here's a pocket of buying right there. Here it is on the 2. Okay. What do you guys think? Still bullish? Here it is on the 3. This is a probable precursor of strength right here, meaning we want to see this next 3-day bar close higher in the next 4 days. Okay, this is a precursor of it, meaning that we may be in the beginning stages of seeing a continuation of move up, but this 3-day price bar needs to close higher. If it does, that confirms this bar. It is on the 4. Here it is on the 5. And here's Rocketlab on the weekly. Okay, so how do you guys feel? What do you guys think? You still think we're aiming for higher prices? Or do you think the market's going to react and go lower? Look at this right here. You saw that weakness hit, right? But the next 5 hours, the market still didn't go down. It went right back up. So I think the only thing that's in the way of the buyers are the sellers in this pocket right here. If they're able to successfully take those sellers out, the market may try to tag that next sell pocket at the high right there. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to look for price in Rocketlab to go up. And here's our first target right here. It can happen at the low, which is just a measly 2.62%. Or get us at the high, which is 3.66. And then we're going to hit this next target of like 6.36% at $51.17. All the way back up there at the high at $53.69, which is 11.6%. Now, again, currently the market does look pretty bullish, but we do have this area of selling that we got to contend with. So if we don't see price break that pocket of selling, I won't be too enthusiastic that price is going to continue to go up. All right, so we'll leave it there, and we'll see if the buyers are able to do it. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you maintain profit, and as always, trade different.